That damn Kawhi Leonard looks special right now. He's
Hey,
looking
man,
special right now.
it's time to put some respect on his name, baby.
I can't. Well. Let me tell you this. I'm never gonna go for anybody accusing me of disrespecting his name because the brother can ball. My issue was his availability, not what he did when he was available. We all know what the brother can do. But having said that, to miss the first 34 games of the season, to come out and play since March, over the last 21 games. The Clippers are 18-3, with the number one offense in basketball when Kawhi Leonard is on the basketball court. And then the brothers averaging 25.7 on 52% shooting, 43% from three-point range, and just balling. I mean, I'm looking at him last night, making steals, going the length of the court, jumping. I'm like this. He dunked, he came down like, is he hurt? Is he hurt? Is he going to be all right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, he running that back down on the court. He looked pretty damn good. And I'm looking at him, and I'm saying, ooh, this is going to get very interesting because here's what it comes down to. With Kawhi Leonard healthy, Kawhi Leonard can carry the Los Angeles Clippers to the conference finals. He can do that. We can't dismiss. Listen, they can talk Zubac all they want to. He's about to. I appreciate what we've been seeing from him. It's about to come to an end. Now you going up against the Joker. You can wrap that up. All that stuff you've been doing numbers wise, it ain't gonna be anything compared to his numbers, okay? But Kawhi and James Harden could deliver the goods in a series against Denver. And this Kawhi Leonard that I'm looking at right now, if that brother with this James Harden that I've been seeing, man, it's getting interesting. Clippers could go to the conference finals, if not the finals, with this brother. Kawhi looks special right now. I gotta give you credit.
Listen, 9-1 going into the playoffs, playing as good as Kawhi's playing, and the best thing about it is that him and James Harden tag team is a scary sight. Having two dynamic Hall of Fame guards going into the playoffs, playing as well as they are, is going to be something to watch. And, you know, go back to your point with Zubac and Jokic. Listen, Zubac has been playing really well. He will challenge Jokic defensively, and it will be a little toll on him. And it'd be interesting to see how tired and how much he can get Jokic to actually defend, right? And, listen, David Alderman going into his first playoff series against arguably one of the best coaches in the NBA. I don't know if Denver's ready for that, right? Because you have to speak on it. Like, I feel like Denver is in a position where it's twofold, right? If they lose, we fired our coach early before the playoffs started, right? So now you could put some of the blame on that. Jokic has been under this guy his entire career, 3 MVPs. You know, you brought up a lot of stats. He's number one in a bunch of different categories, right? Now you plug in a guy like David Adelman. How does he adjust on the fly? Like, how does he adjust?
Does it really matter?
Game to game? I think it does. I think it does because now you have to actually prepare. How are you preparing for James Harden and Kawhi Leonard?
But only thing I'm saying is I don't think Denver has the personnel. I don't think it's about coaching. I don't think they have the personnel, the depth. What I'm talking about. Your start five is your start five if they're healthy enough to be there. That's different. But I don't think they have the depth on a personnel level to compete with the Los Angeles Clippers if Kawhi Leonard and James Harden's there. And let's not forget Norman Powell, because you talk about a brother that I love. I mean, I love that brother. I've always felt he was underrated. This brother, this year. And then let's also not forget the addition of Jeff Van Gundy, how their defense has been tight all year long. So we know the greatness of Ty Lue as a coach in terms of his in-game adjustments. Ty Lue is special, no question.
I'm not.
But when you add Jeff Van Gundy to the mix, you got 2 head coaches there. Jeff Van Gundy is a damn head coach in this league. We all know what he brings to the table. His basketball acumen is not to be challenged, okay? And it's not an accident that they were a top-rated defensive team. But then to have their offense flowing like this, with Kawhi and James Harden and Powell. I mean, listen, I ain't going to go as far as Lethal Weapon 3. This ain't college at Georgia Tech with Kenny Anderson, Brian Oliver, and D3 Dennis Scott. But damn it, you remember those days. It was special.
What's up, y'all? So first of all, I want to thank y'all so much for tapping in with me. I appreciate y'all. And the clip of the show, y'all, that was Stephen A. Smith. And he finally decided to give props to Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I like Stephen A. Smith. He's all for entertainment. But let's be real. 4 years he's been clowning the Clippers. And he's even been calling them, stepchildren of LA. And he also said that Kawhi Leonard is too quiet. That is something that he's been saying. And also unreliable. And he also said that Kawhi Leonard was not built for, hard times. And now, all of a sudden, we hear Stephen A. Smith. He finally want to give props to Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. And this basically came out of nowhere. But that's how Stephen A. Smith, that's how he is. Sometimes he decides to, basically diss someone. And then all of a sudden, he's, giving props. So, let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like this and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next videos.